My sister tried to announce her engagement at my husband's funeral. The day I buried my husband wasn't supposed to become somebody else's main character moment. But if you've ever met my older sister Brittany, you probably saw this coming before I did. I'm 31. My husband Ryan passed away after a drunk driver ran a red light. We'd been married 8 years, no kids, just us, a rescue dog named Moose, and a mortgage we used to joke would outlive both of us. Turns out it almost did. The funeral was exactly what Ryan would have wanted. Simple. Family. Close friends. A few embarrassing stories. Way too much barbecue afterward. Ryan hated fancy stuff. He always said if people are crying too hard, feed them. So that's what we did. Everybody was sharing memories, laughing, crying, doing that weird thing grief makes people do where you're smiling 1 second and completely falling apart the next. Then Brittany disappeared. I didn't think much of it. She disappears at every family event, usually to fix her makeup or post 27 Instagram stories. About 15 minutes later, she walked back into the backyard wearing a white blazer she'd kept in her car. White. At a funeral. Then I noticed Tyler, her boyfriend, holding a ring box. I actually thought, no way! I was wrong. She tapped her wine glass with a fork. Can I have everyone's attention for just a second? People turned around. My father looked confused. My mom slowly lowered her plate. Brittany smiled. I know today reminds us that life is short. No, please don't. Wait, which is why Tyler and I decided there's no better time to celebrate love. Tyler dropped to one knee, right there, 20 feet away from the table covered with pictures of my husband. My brain completely shut off. Nobody clapped. Nobody cheered. Even Tyler looked like he wanted to disappear. Brittany whispered, babe, go. The poor guy looked trapped. Then my father stood up. Dad's not loud. He's the kind of man who apologizes when someone else bumps into him. He walked over, picked up the ring box, closed it, handed it back to Tyler, and said, wrong yard? That was it. 2 words. Wrong yard. Tyler stood up so fast he nearly tripped over the chair. Brittany looked offended. Dad, seriously? He nodded. Very. She rolled her eyes. You guys are acting like I'm ruining something. My aunt actually laughed. Sweetheart, you showed up to a funeral with a backup outfit. The silence after that was brutal. Brittany looked around waiting for anybody to defend her. Nothing. Not even her own fiancé. She grabbed Tyler's arm. Let's go. He didn't move. Instead, he looked at me. I'm so sorry. Then he looked at Brittany. We're leaving. She smiled. I know. He shook his head. No, I'm leaving. You can figure out your own ride. And he walked out carrying the ring. She chased after him in 6-inch heels. Didn't catch him. My uncle watched from the porch and quietly said, well, that engagement lasted about as long as a free trial. Even I laughed. Ryan would have laughed too. A week later, Tyler mailed me something. Inside the envelope was a handwritten note. I never wanted to propose that day. She told me if I loved her, I'd prove it. I should have walked away before we got there. The ring, he returned it. Brittany spent the next month telling everyone the family embarrassed her. Nobody argued. Because, yeah, we did. Last Christmas, she asked if we'd all move on already. Dad smiled. We have. You should try it. She didn't stay long. Every year now, on Ryan's birthday, the whole family gets together for barbecue. Exactly the way he would have wanted. My sister isn't invited. Not because we're being petty. Because every gathering deserves at least one day where nobody has to wonder if Brittany packed another surprise in the trunk. Turns out, the fastest way to lose an entire family is trying to steal the spotlight from someone who isn't even alive to defend it.